You know, we all have our low moments on the internet and in real life, and typically the best thing to do is to not let people know what these low moments are because they'll make fun of it for years, especially if you're an online personality. If you've done something embarrassing, people will remind you of it for the rest of your online existence. But I gotta be real with you, man. My lowest point in life was not nearly as terrible as what I'm about to go over with you guys today. I was looking for video topics, seeing what to talk about, and I hit up my friend and I'm like, man, what's going on Twitter today? And he shows me this, and I'm just like, this is just a whole other degree of shenanigans right here, to put it slightly. I would like you to meet my friend Gabe Pitts over here. If you don't know who he is, well, this is apparently an ongoing story. The backfiring of confessions of horrible things that he's done that apparently we all need to know about. Well, to some extent, I'm glad he's told us, because if this is true, then this is something that the internet will never forget, and hopefully some justice will be served here. This is a crazy story, and to be honest, I almost don't believe it, but I'll get into what I think about this in just a moment. Let's read what's going on here. So this is Gabe Pitts. He says, okay, I did rape my sister. What? Whoa. What a way to start a tweet, right? What? Wait, what? And I'm sorry for that. Okay, well, at least he's sorry. All right, man. False alarm. We're all good here, boys. He's sorry for it. We're all fine here. I have no excuse for what I did, but I was already punished for it. What? And my family has already forgiven me. What? If you don't forgive me, that's your choice. But that doesn't mean I'm going to let you harass me for it and leave my family out of this. So what if they defend me? Leave them alone. Alright, there is just so much to mentally unpack here. And as you can see, his profile picture did change to black. That's because, well, you can see he's changed his name to Goodbye as well. While I'm recording this right now live, he's already fleeing the scene. Now, I gotta ask, if you've done something as horrible as rape your sister, why the hell would you let everyone else know about it? Now, in some cases, I'm glad he did, so that the internet can really, you know, do what the internet does best, and maybe call up authorities, kind of see what's going on here, maybe get some justice if there's justice that needs to be served here. This is just insane. I don't even know why you would talk about this. I don't know why you would even do this in the first place. Obviously, there's something messed up in this guy's head if this is true. But let's keep going, because if you thought that was just the whole video was on these two tweets right here, you got another thing coming. Let's move on to the next one here. So somebody wrote, can I rape your sister? Very classic question. And then he wrote, just because I did it doesn't mean it's okay. I regret it and I'm sorry. Okay, so at least he's sorry. You know, maybe there's some redemption to be had here. Let's look at this right here. So what year did this occur? Well, apparently he's 17 years old right now. And he says, this was 3 years ago, and I was 14. And then a screenshot here, I was 14 and she was 13. And then I was 14 and she was 13. So it looks like this took place when they were both children, which is not better, but, you know, it gives you some sort of context to what we got dealing with here. Now, here's the part that just makes this entire story almost unbelievable for me. So we got here my buddy Rocket Ralph on Twitter. He's a Twitter mutual of mine. He says, guy rapes his sister and legitimately thinks getting grounded is an appropriate level of punishment for what he did. Now, what is he talking about here? Well, let's zoom in a little bit. Now we should see the first tweet. Somebody says, what was your punishment, if I may ask? Did you go to jail, or did your family not tell your police and just keep it secret? If you don't want to tell me, I'm fine. Breadboy says, Mr. Gabe Pitts over here says, I was grounded for a hell long time, and I served my sister making food and doing her chores for a long time as well. Alright, stop. There's no way this is real. Like, you're telling me you raped your sister when you were 14, she was 13. You admit to this publicly on your own Twitter by your own free will, and you're saying that you were grounded for this by your family. They forgave you after you served your sister. You served her dinner every morning for breakfast, and you did her chores for her, and it was all just a simple misunderstanding. Everybody's fine with it afterwards. It's all good from here. You're telling me that's what happened? I can't buy this. Although I have seen stories on the internet that are 10 times crazier than this one, if you can even believe that. So perhaps this happened. I don't know. I feel like this is a bit of a troll here, but even if it was a troll, it backfired on this guy masterfully, as you'll see in just a moment. Let's keep going on here. So here he is saying, I'm bringing religious crap into this. God says it's a sin to not forgive somebody no matter how bad the sin is. Whether they ask for it or not, you must always forgive them. So here he is using religion to justify what he's done, which, as somebody who's religious myself, I'm a Catholic, this is just garbage right here, just using this. Whether it's a joke or whether it's real or not, this is just not how you apply religion to a real-life scenario like this. I mean, obviously you gotta have some real repentance for what you've done, and I'm not really seeing that here. Kinda just looks like an excuse to throw shade at Christians, which obviously it does work. People eat this up, and then they'll be like, look at these Christians raping girls for God. That's just a whole other story right there. But yeah, that's just not how it works. It's just ridiculous that they would point this out. So after all of this fiasco, he then goes on to ask, what the fuck? My notifs are getting nuked. Yeah, big surprise that, you know, his notifs are getting flooded with people asking all sorts of questions. I could not have predicted this happening at all. This is a surprise to me. Somebody wrote in the replies, not the only thing that should be nuked. Oh no. Oh man. Somebody says, Bread Boy does a bad thing. Also Bread Boy, why are my notifs getting nuked? He replies, can't wait till I save the universe from aliens and nobody gives a shit. Okay, so if this is a real story, obviously this guy is just too retarded beyond belief. Literally retarded, not just saying that as like a, you know, he's retarded. No, I mean, this guy's literally brain dead if this is a true story. And definitely should not be on Twitter. Now, this is a series of tweets where he reacts to people calling for his death. This is somebody saying, what the fuck? Somebody needs to murder this fool. And he says, whoa, way too far, bro. Somebody says that he needs to get killed right now. Like right now. And then he says, death threats are not a good idea. Somebody says, gonna run an IP and address check and give it to people and the police. I'm in favor of this. I mean, if somebody's done something horrible and you send their IP to authorities, then sure, you're within your rights to do that. He says, no! He's crying out for help. No, please don't do this. I'm begging you, bro. You're taking it a little too far now. My buddy Nick Diorio replied, you should call the police and explain to them exactly what events led to this. Really explain it. Don't leave out a single detail. I'm sure that'll go well for you. Yeah, can you imagine the phone call? God, I wish that was recorded. Hello, officer? Yeah, people are sending me death threats online. They're trying to dox me online. Why is this happening? Well, you see, I raped my sister. I was 14. She was 13. I was just telling Twitter about it. It was no big deal. As soon as I, confessed to this, they're out here, calling the cops on me. This is ridiculous, officer. You gotta help me over here. Here he is making a Twitter poll. Should I die for what I did? Now, I'm guessing that I've had this tweet loaded up for about an hour now. I'm guessing that it's a deleted tweet now, but I'm gonna go ahead and vote yes. And shocking, 76% yes. Although he's got a decent amount of people that say no, you shouldn't die. Maybe they were more in favor of torture, lifelong in prison or something. I don't know. But I'm just curious. I'm going to refresh and see if this still exists. Oh, shocking, it doesn't. Now, if this whole thing was just an elaborate joke, just a meme or something, just a goof for the boys, this could not have ended more horribly for the person involved, because apparently now people have received his address, and they're doing what the internet does when they have your address and they don't like you, they're doing the internet things. And I have to say, I really don't feel bad for this guy at all, because if he was joking, well, he's an idiot, and he should have known this would have happened. And if it was real, then even more, I feel even less bad for him. He says, well, somebody's probably gonna find me and kill me now. At least they'll make the entire world happy. And the reply is, yes, it will. Now, I'm not saying that this guy should be hunted down and killed like an animal or whatever, but if he's done what he's done, then the authorities should be aware of this, and whatever punishment is worthy of being inflicted on this guy, it should be enforced on this guy, whether that be lifelong in prison, death penalty, whatever the case may be. I don't think being grounded by your parents and having to do your sister's chores is enough to vilify the horrible act of rape you've committed on them. This is a crazy story. Like I've said, I've seen stuff play out that is just insane. Like, that's worse than this and real, confirmed to be real. So it is possible this could be real. It is possible this could be a whole big joke that went way too far. Maybe this guy's an idiot and he thought that it would just be a big funny meme to everybody, and nobody would mess with him, and nobody would grab his address, and everything would just be a big joke, and then it drastically escalated to a point that even he was not ready for. Regardless of what the case may be, there's so many more tweets to this. I'm sure Boblax is going to do a big Twitter video kind of compiling everything. I just thought I'd show you some of the highlights and just show you the crazy things that happen on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, you're really missing out on absolute degeneracy, and I can't blame you if you don't have a Twitter, because sometimes I just wake up and I'm like, ugh, I wish I was getting suspended from Twitter so I'd have an excuse not to look at this, but I'm on Twitter. I see stuff that happens all the time like this, and yeah, it's part of the game. Oh man, my name's RFC. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit like if you did. We'll be live tonight on the channel for my podcast, RFC After Hours. It will be broadcasted live on this channel, hopefully in a couple hours. Until then, I will see you next time, and peace out.